Now that the Disney and Fox deal has already happened and is confirmed, now we can really talk about who is going to be the next big MCU villain within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I personally think that Thanos is not going to be a villain after Avengers 4. I think he's going to actually die in Avengers 4. And I think a new villain is going to be the overarching villain for all of the new heroes that are going to be coming into the MCU. So I'm going to be going through my top 5 list of all the villains that could replace Thanos after Avengers 4. So if you guys want to hear my list, make sure you guys definitely stay tuned. How's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh, and before we get in this video, make sure you guys definitely subscribe to Webhead for more on the MCU going forward. I have plenty of videos on this stuff. Make sure you guys definitely turn on the notification bell so you guys get to keep up to date with all of my latest uploads. Make sure you guys definitely smash that like button if you guys like the video, and comment below your thoughts. I want to hear what villains you guys want to see in the MCU after Thanos is gone. What villain should actually take his place? With all that out of the way, let's get in the video, Webheads. So of course, just as always, I'm going to be going through my top 5 villains that should take Thanos' place after Phase 3. And I'm going to be starting off with my number 5 choice all the way up to my number 1 choice of who should take his place. But going into my number 5, I actually have Annihilus. Now, Annihilus is definitely a weirder and different villain than most characters in the Marvel Universe. Annihilus is a bug-type creature that is actually from the Negative Zone, which is definitely heavily influenced by the Fantastic Four. And the Fantastic Four were actually the ones to really introduce the Negative Zone. It's a different dimension in the Marvel Universe, and basically with Doctor Strange and Ant-Man already exploring the different dimensions, this is definitely something that the MCU can put into play when they have a Fantastic Four movie, so they could definitely introduce Annihilus that way. He's a bug creature that basically has his control rod that controls his bug army. He was first introduced in Marvel comic books in 1968, so he's been a villain of the Fantastic Four and all of the Marvel heroes for a long time. So I think he definitely would be a great adversary for the Avengers or the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, to go up against in the future. Also, Annihilus is a character that the Marvel Cinematic Universe and, say, the X-Men universe, the Fantastic Four universe, all those different universes have not done in the movies yet. They have never done a character like Annihilus in the movies yet, and I don't think Marvel would really hesitate to put Annihilus and his bug army on screen. So personally, I think he'd be a great choice for a villain for the future. At number 4, I have Apocalypse. Now, Apocalypse is definitely an X-Men villain. He's always been known as an X-Men villain, but that doesn't mean he can't be a villain to the Avengers or maybe the Fantastic Four as well. I think he can definitely be a villain to all of the Marvel Universe, because essentially he's really just like a Thanos type character. He's incredibly powerful on a godlike level, and he definitely has kind of the same appearance as Thanos, and I feel as though those characters are very similar in many different ways with their personality and other different traits as well. So I think he would be a great villain to really bring into another MCU movie and make him the overarching villain, especially with the X-Men, the Fantastic Four coming in to the MCU. And I know they just had X-Men Apocalypse, and honestly I feel as though Apocalypse wasn't really done well in that movie, and I think they can do a better and different version of Apocalypse in the MCU, and I think he would definitely be better because I feel as though he wasn't portrayed as well in that movie. I feel as though he is such a big villain that he's worth more than just one movie. He should at least be in at least 1 or 2 movies and cameo throughout all of the MCU. He's definitely one of those villains to have a giant presence in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and take on the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe by himself. At number 3, I have Kang the Conqueror. Now, Kang the Conqueror is a time traveler from the 25th century, and he has been in Avengers comic books ever since the early 60s, and I personally love this character. He was just in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. He was the main bad guy in that, and honestly, he definitely is one of the biggest Avengers villains that has ever been in comic books. He definitely has challenged the Avengers countless times, physically and with his army. He has his own army in the 25th century, and obviously, just by his name, his one purpose is just to conquer, and he goes throughout the entire timeline. He's always running into the Avengers, trying to kill the Avengers, and the Avengers are always trying to stop him. He is a great character to really set up another 3 phases if Marvel wanted to do that. I personally think that he'd be a great next Avengers villain, just like Thanos. At number 2, I have Doctor Doom. Now, in my opinion, when I really think of a Marvel villain, just a classic Marvel villain, I always have Doctor Doom as my go-to villain, because I feel as though Doctor Doom is definitely the number 1 Marvel villain of all time. That's just my opinion though, and I feel as though we've seen him portrayed in 2 different Fantastic Four franchises, and I personally feel as though Doctor Doom definitely needs a 3rd portrayal, because honestly, the last 2 times that they've done Doctor Doom, he's been horrible. I've absolutely hated Doctor Doom, and he needs to be done right, in my opinion. And I think he definitely could challenge all of the Marvel Universe just by himself. He also has his Doombots that definitely could help him out, but I honestly think just by himself, he's such a big villain that he could take on all the Avengers along with all the Fantastic Four just by himself, and even probably the X-Men as well, and he could take them all by himself. And not only would he be a great villain to really just take on the Avengers and all of the Marvel Universe by himself, but he could also recruit other villains as well. In the past, he's actually made several different alliances with many different villains, such as like Magneto, Loki, the Red Skull, and countless other villains. So I personally think he'd be a great addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I think he'd be a great villain to really take Thanos' place. And at number 1, I have Galactus and his heralds. Of course, if you guys are not familiar with Galactus as a character, he's just basically a giant cosmic god in the Marvel Universe. He literally is the devourer of worlds. That is basically his title, and he goes around the Marvel Universe literally absorbing the energy from planets and destroying them. That's how he lives, that's how he feeds, and he has his heralds like the Silver Surfer and other ones like Terrax basically go out to these worlds, seek out worlds where he can really devour these planets. And I personally think that the Silver Surfer would be a great herald to go and find Earth, definitely interact with the Fantastic Four and all of the other Marvel characters, and then have Galactus come to Earth and have Galactus try to destroy the Earth, and that be the biggest Marvel villain that the MCU has ever seen. He's definitely a character that would be much bigger than Thanos, not only just physically, but just as an overarching villain. He would definitely pose as a bigger threat than Thanos would to the Avengers and all the other Marvel characters. So I think he definitely deserves the number 1 spot of the top villain to take Thanos' place after Avengers 4 in Phase 3 ending. So guys, let me know down in the comments below, which villain do you guys want to see take Thanos' place after Phase 3 in Avengers 4? Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear your opinions. Make sure you guys definitely subscribe to Webhead for more on the MCU and the Avengers movies going forward. Make sure you guys definitely turn on that notification bell so you guys don't miss anything on my channel. Make sure you guys definitely smash the like button if you guys like this video. So thank you guys very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye. Alrighty, Webheads, if you guys like this video and you guys want to see more, make sure you guys definitely subscribe right over here to Webhead. I have plenty of videos coming out for the MCU and the Avengers movies going forward, so make sure you guys definitely subscribe for that and turn on the notification bell. But of course, definitely check out my social media links in the description below so you guys can follow me on various social media networks, and make sure you guys definitely check out the 2 videos below me. I think you guys would really, really enjoy. So thank you guys very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye.